The Lord has done great and mighty things in your life, and you know about it. And every day you are seeing miracles in your life. But how many of us really tell about His goodness, about His faithfulness to others? How many of us really testify about what the Lord has done to others? Many a times we hesitate to tell about His goodness over our life to others. And the enemy does not want you to testify about God's goodness over your life to others. Because sometimes we think, I will not share my testimony to others. What will people think? But you know what? When you testify, it is a powerful tool to bring others to the knowledge of Christ. Because if you read in Revelation chapter 12 verses 11, it says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. Overcame whom? They overcame Satan through the power of the blood and the testimony. When you testify, it's a powerful tool to overcome the enemy, to draw people closer to God. If you look into the life of Rahab was a Canaanite. She was a pagan. She did not know the living God, but she came through the knowledge of God in a very simple way. It is through the power of testimony. Because if you read in Joshua chapter 2 verses 10, it says, for we have heard how the Lord dried up the waters of the Red Sea for you when you came out of Egypt. Here Rahab is saying that she came to the knowledge of God through the testimony. When she heard about what the Lord did to the Israelites, how God parted the Red Sea, how God protected the Israelites, how God defeated the enemies of the Israelites. When Rahab heard about these things, she came to the knowledge of God. The Israelites shared about God's goodness, and unknowingly, Rahab, when she heard, she came to the knowledge of God. She came to faith. That's what the power of testimony is. I want to encourage all the viewers. Don't underestimate the testimony that you have. When you will share it to others, it will draw people closer to God. And you don't have to worry whether your testimony is impressive or not. Your testimony is all about what God has done in your life. Share it. Don't be silent, because when you share what God has done in your life, it will draw people closer to God, because faith will be stirred in their life. If God can do it for her, God can do it for me. If God can do it for him, God can do it for me. Amen. God bless you.